Monday.
Happy Friday. Thanks for being here, everyone, on this super hot day. Lots to come, but in the next hour, Jeff Miller and Allie Tribby will share a mid-year update on sales and upcoming opportunities for all of our divisions. Becky Fromkes will give us progress report on our company goals for 2019. Felicia Wilson and Ryan Beeman will discuss our peak marketing ad campaigns and give us a live preview of our brand new website, woohoo, and job board, which is scheduled to launch in the next few weeks. And finally, to close the meeting, Allie Beaver and Taylor Alexander are so excited to reveal the theme for the 2020 Doskers, and also pick teams and give the rundown for today's field day, which is a summer camp adventure. Really excited. We're excited that so many of you could be here to participate today, and we're looking forward to lunch and field day to spend time with other divisions and locations. But before we get started, we do have a few announcements to make. First, we would like to welcome some new colleagues who are now joining us for the Dawson Quarterly Live. Please stand as your name is called to be recognized. First up, we have Evan Lees, our experience coordinator for Heath. Welcome, Evan. Reggie Prince, our on-site coordinator for Rachel Tritt, recruiter for our accounting and finance division. Ryan Toohey, our junior financial analyst for Dawson. Cameron Walker, our seasonal on-site account manager at Albrand. And last but certainly not least, and she may be out there, is our Taylor Whitman, our summer intern. Oh, there she is! And we also have JoLynn Hines, who will be starting on Monday. Thanks, Nancy. She's our seasonal experience coordinator in our Gahanna office, so she'll be helping out that team. If you haven't had a chance, make sure to introduce yourself and chat with them at any point today, and make sure that you make them feel welcome. Next, we would like to take a minute to celebrate Steve Sheffo. He is celebrating his 5-year anniversary as our marketing and sales on July 7th, and he's been here 5 years. Congrats, Steve.
How heavy is that?
As announced on the June Dawson dial-in and in the July send-out email, we are hiring for several positions, both seasonal and permanent. First up is our Director of Dawson MSP for Premier Health in Dayton, as well as a staffing coordinator for Dawson MSP at Premier Health in Dayton. Please send any referrals to Nancy, or if you have any questions, feel free to talk to her. We're also hiring for an experience coordinator for our Grove City office. This is a full-time permanent position. Please send any referrals to Lindy Mounts. We are also hiring for seasonal on-sites at Elbrands. Send any referrals, or if you have any questions, talk to Travis Hiley about those. Speaking of new employees, each fall we welcome 4 new work-study students from Cristo Rey Columbus High School. I'm sure you all are aware of that special program. We'll find out who this year's students are on Cristo Rey Draft Day on August 20th. Our new class of students' first day in the office is Wednesday, September 4th. In May, many of you were here to celebrate our Cristo Rey senior Trinity Mosley as she graduated. And before Jeff Miller and Allie Tribby join us for a sales update, Trinity left a special message for all of you.
I am a senior at Cristo Rey Columbus High School, and I intern at Dawson. We do a work-study program, and it pays for a portion of our tuition. And we go one time a week, and we go one Friday a month. That's pretty much the biggest difference from most high schools. So my first year I worked at Coalescence, and my junior and sophomore year I worked at AP. I definitely learned how to communicate with people. Like at my other previous jobs, I really didn't talk to people that much. So when I came to Dawson, everyone was really welcoming, and we talked a lot. So I learned how to talk to people. When I start in the morning, I would upload things to Bullhorn, and then I just had different projects throughout the day, so it wasn't just the same thing all day, so it's different. So what's next? So I'm going to Claflin University in South Carolina to play volleyball as a defensive specialist. So in high school, I'm the libero, but that's the special position on the court. It's the one that wears a different jersey. I stay in the back row and I can go in and out whenever I want. But obviously, going into college, I have to earn that position. I want to be an orthopedic surgeon, but we'll see. Thanks for the experience. Like, it was great. I met a lot of great people. Like, overall, it's been a good year.
Good morning, or early afternoon. It is great to see Trinity's successes, and always proud of the partnership we have with Krista Ray and the lives all of you touch along the way. It's right in line with our company commitment to bettering people's lives through career awareness and growth. Being a founding partner is always a great story to share with clients of just another Dawson difference that we live daily. I speak every quarter of the about my aspiration to have each core segment of our business contribute on evenly as an even share, ensuring really that Dawson will be well-rounded and stable company for years to come. This graph kind of gives an update on that. There are a few companies that can really make this claim that their four core areas contribute at the same level that that breeds to be a good company. And I know that as we continue to focus on penetrating these corporate clients that we have, I know our professional division, which collectively is how I view them as the fourth quadrant, will get to that 25%. They obviously are coming from a much different place than the other divisions, but I'm very proud of the growth, and I know, and I'm very excited for the day when each segment will at least represent, or will represent 25%. Very proud of the continued growth of the MSP office and warehouse divisions to maintain and keep up as everybody's been growing.
John,
Yep.
May I say something? IT is there for 2%, but also IT is a big part of our MSP growth.
Yep, we're gonna go into that
Good job,
as we go through each division, but
And yeah.
great stuff. Get your accolades. The diversification is key. As we go to the next one, sometimes some are up, some are down. Obviously, we're going to go through each division, but you can see obviously growth, continued growth. Again from the MSP and creative groups specifically, and IT. Big 32% increase, biggest percentage.
Overall, as a company, we're up 13% year over year. Even with a $200,000 drop in year-over-year business from the change of business model with BMW Financials, office is only down about $20,000 versus the first half of 2018. We were able to make up the business with top clients including State Auto, Klarna, Ruth Insurance, Garden City Group, and Abercrombie & Fitch. They've also had their biggest year to date with direct hires, totaling close to $400,000 already for the first half of the year. So I challenge you guys to get to $1 million by December, and I have faith that you guys can do it. As we all know, our warehouse and distribution division is entering peak season. They have over 1,400 positions to fill with Albrands, Lululemon, and recently added Abercrombie. This contract with Abercrombie should hopefully open up more opportunities across all of our divisions. And actually, we're missing quite a few of the team because they are, of course, this is the only time Abercrombie can meet.
Only time.
Right. So hopefully they come back with some exciting opportunities.
But we're trying to give them a lot of anxiety about not being here with each and every one of you. So make sure you do that to them too. You can see them when they finally show up to work.
Right. That's the fun part of work, right?
Fun part of work.
Creative continues to grow, up an impressive 33%, strengthening our partnerships with Whitespace, Albrands, Lane Bryant, and Sina. So thanks to Steph and Steve for your continued dedication.
Accounting and finance is down 33%. Most people think of that BMW account as the big for office, which it is and was, but still is and will be again. But with the cross selling, we actually had a lot of accounting people there too, which is kind of led to a lot of that drop. I do know that we'll pick that back up. I know Emily, albeit now is out, but she's been working her butt off, bringing in accounts and relationships and contracts, and then obviously the whole BDM nature. But very excited about that. Special shout out to Kay for she got a $19,000 direct hire placement in the first 3 months. So that's what. We've been talking about the MSP group taking over IT at Ohio Health for a few meetings now, and I'm very proud to say that a few weeks ago we did finally get final VP approval. So we officially are handling all IS vendor placements going forward. This is a validation of many amazing years of partnership with the account, and is a huge result of both Becky and Anna being bulldogs and pushing through the dysfunctionality of a client, really to deliver another service offering to a partner, which will really impact bottom line results for them and us. And everyone should be proud, and everyone in the room should understand kind of the magnitude of that. Every target account that we go after has a dysfunctional IT team that we could go in and really organize and breed some excellence and get them top talent at the right time and at the right price. And their leaders will actually understand how many contractors they have under them. None of them do know. But it's very, very exciting. Thanks again to everybody for finally driving this home, and for moving the needle. So, moving the needle is a good thing. And like we like to do here in the area of wearing many hats, we also did just recently have an IT placement at Abercrombie. So, it's a great thing. I mean, Abercrombie's been we don't use, and through the partnership and relationship, we'll give you this opportunity. We got placement. So, keep talking on that. The MSP group, as I said before, is a strong up 12% year over year, and at their click rate that they've been running at 12% growth is phenomenal. Really, all three main systems are up. Usage is up, and understanding as you all do the employment landscape with virtually no unemployment, finding contractors is very tough. So I know that the effort and the hard work it takes to satisfy those clients, and very appreciative of that. You do it day after day. We continue to provide new services at Nationwide Children's Hospital. They're dead in our sites, so we're going after them hard. Compliance team's been doing a great job of just doing one request after the next, and then going, well, shit, you did this well, let's give you another thing. And that's the idea, and that's what Dawson does. So, we say yes and we deliver. And that's what, this group's been doing. So, thank you for that. A lot of good stuff. Here's a nice thing I wrote. It is really another good example of good people do good work when they're together. And, there's a lot of great stuff and good stuff going on in the group. So, thanks to everybody. Some individual shout outs. Well, the first one's kind of a whole group shout out, but it really is each individual. The office group, like we said, overcoming the gap in the model change that BMW did was big. And it was a lot of old money that was sitting out there. It was the beauty of the BMW account. So each person has really had to roll their sleeves up and get into it. And it's the numbers geek here that looks at numbers. It's just thrilling to see literally every recruiter up over a year. Just improvement. They've had great loyalty to Dawson as a group under good management, and I'm very thankful for that. But again, that continued growth is what we do want to see.
And
Phil Freeman, every year continues to beat his own records and amaze us. He has attributed to $315,000 of direct hire fees alone already himself this year. So thank you.
Amazing. And you know, it wouldn't be a good meeting without you know, shout out to Lindsay. She's always willing to tackle anything for us, and you know, she does it, you know, amazingly. You know, she's continuing to grow into the senior recruiting specialist role. I think that was the creative title I guess you got. Yeah, and she's had placements in every division. Each division's working with her, and why wouldn't you want to work with her? But she's doing great, and she's a testament to just, you know, just blazing your own path. And you know, Lindsay thanks again for everything. So.
As you all know, we recently hosted the Memorial Tournament. We had over 300 guests from many of our partnership clients and targets, including Abercrombie, Barkbox, Honda, Huntington, L Brands, Nationwide, among many others. We realized that eliminating the gate cut has affected turnout over the past few years, and we continue to evaluate the event and ways to make improvements for next year. That being said, we are always accepting feedback, so if there's anything you'd like to share or suggest, the marketing team would love to hear from you. Thanks to all of our colleagues who helped throw such a great event and engaged with our guests. And don't forget to check out our photos in the send-out. Our next client event is the Dawson Suite at Huntington Park on August 1st. Invitations are always an opportunity to make contact with prospects and clients. Even if they don't come, it's a chance to open dialogue, see how they're doing, remind them of all the areas we can help. The client night at Clippers Stadium is a great opportunity for this. If you have any questions about this event, please see someone in marketing.
And a reminder, today is actually the last day to vote for Dawson in the Columbus CEO's Best of Business Awards. We are nominated for the Best Employer, Best Executive Search Firm, and Best Temporary Agency. We hope to keep all of our titles, gotta keep our hardware in hand. We can be found in the workforce category, and if you haven't already voted, I will tell you that the website is awful and it is cumbersome, but I appreciate, as always, your due diligence to come through and, you know, deliver for each and every one of us. But you know, definitely thank you, everyone, for, you know, continues good quarter. What a great quarter, but good quarter, and you know, proud of it, and you know, looking forward to what I do truly believe will be the company's best Q3 and Q4 we've ever had. So it's out there if we want to get it, and I know we want to, so I know we will. So excited. So thanks.
Thanks, Jeff and Allie. As Jeff mentioned, peak is hitting early with over 1,400 positions open for our warehouse and distribution clients. To get updates on our advertising campaigns to support these efforts, along with our brand new website and other upcoming marketing efforts, here are Felicia Wilson and Ryan Bean.
Work camp counselors for the field day that's coming up. You're wondering why we're dressed like this. First of all, who's not excited to go vote for the Best of Business after Jeff's motivational speech there? Can't wait for that. This is not on the script, but I do. We actually have an early Doskers to give. We have a Dosker for the best Instagram story of 2019 involving a Dawson colleague. So I don't know how many of you follow Aaron Laird, but if you don't, you are missing out on good content like this in the last 24 hours. Wait for it. This is not who you think it is. That is. Big round of applause for Rick Dawson. And thanks, Aaron, for the entertainment there. And now back to the script.
Okay, so back to job seekers. Obviously we know that referrals are our best source for finding qualified job seekers, but that's not the only thing we're doing. We've actually already kicked off our peak advertising campaign. We started with a Red, White, and Boom sponsorship. That included on-air promotions throughout the month of June and also some radio spots that promoted a hiring event that we just had last week in Gahanna, where we successfully welcomed 37 new job seekers. And new this year, we're introducing digital billboards. These billboards are up and strategically located near our warehouse clients. So we're excited about that. And once again, we are partnering with our digital advertising firm, Adept Marketing. We'll be doing, we'll be utilizing Google, Instagram, and Facebook, targeting job seekers who are online searching for jobs. And events are also an important part of our peak advertising. So in addition to hiring or participating in job fairs and hosting our own hiring events, we're actually sponsoring some events like Festival Latino. So Luisa's actually leading our efforts the weekend of August 10th and 11th. So she'll be there all weekend generating awareness about Dawson and all of our job opportunities. So we're looking forward to that. So that's a sneak peek at our peak campaign. More details you can read about in the sendout. But we're really excited for we're going to talk about our new website.
Sneak peek at peak. I see what you did there. Very good. I'm gonna go again off script and stand behind the podium this time. So you're probably sick of hearing about this new website and you just want to see it. We've been talking about it for a year, and obviously a year ago in this very meeting we rolled out our new brand campaign, which was the employment experts, and we kind of really focused on our 3 lines of business, which are anyone know, anyone know, anyone? Catherine says job placements,
Workforce solutions.
HR management solutions, community workforce programs. Very good. So, we've really been hammering that messaging home, and we have had a 6-year-old website that hasn't really been able to reflect that, hasn't been super flexible for us to change a lot about that. So we went into this whole process, again, about a year ago with 3 goals. Number 1, we wanted it to be optimized for search. So when people are out looking for workforce solutions, or, find me a job in Columbus, Ohio, or I'm a high school senior that wants career information, things like that. We want to make sure that all the content and writing on our website is optimized for that, so that people are finding us where they need to. Number 2 goal was complete Bullhorn integration. It's kind of been a piecemeal system for a while now. Some stuff goes into Bullhorn, some stuff comes to an email address, some stuff probably just goes into a hole that we don't even ever see. So this will integrate completely with Bullhorn every time that someone contacts us through the website. For the most part, if it has to do with staffing, it will go right to Bullhorn. And obviously we want it to be easier to update and more relevant content, and obviously match all the branding that Allie has worked so hard to give us over the past year. So with that, we would like to show you the new DawsonCareers.com.
Oh my.
All the jokes, that was just a joke. So here, while I talk about some nerdy things and kind of the why behind the what of why we did this, here's a live look at what the new website will look like. So obviously you can see kind of the branding and the colors and the messaging all kind of matches. Lots of motion, lots of movement, really aesthetically pleasing. So we completely redesigned it with an easier to use job board. We took inspiration basically from LinkedIn, Career Builder, all of those kind of sites that our job seekers are already on using every single day, because obviously they're familiar with that experience and they know how to use it. So we wanted ours to kind of reflect that, to meet them where they are, rather than some sort of complicated thing that isn't really user friendly. So the site is completely designed for mobile. It was actually mobile first is the nerdy term that we use in marketing. We know that more than half of our website traffic comes from a mobile device. So having a website that only looks good on a desktop doesn't really do us any good. So once we launch the site, you'll be able to see on your mobile phone, it actually really looks more like an app than a website. So hopefully trendy and easy to use for people. Again, we mentioned the improved Bullhorn integrations, all the job applications. There are kind of secret hidden pages that you won't see on the front end of the site, but that have a lot of content that if someone's just looking for a warehouse job, they may not ever land on the Dawson main site, but they'll end up on application page that sends them to the warehouse division. The MSP team getting some love, because the current website does not have that. I'm waiting for the round of applause, but no one has to tell you. Here comes the round of applause. I'm just waiting for a big roar on this side of the room. And then obviously consistent branding and visuals, building on the rollout of our brand identity from a year ago, and then expanded resources for we can add all kinds of content for job seekers and employers, kind of market research. Oh, weird, it's almost like there's someone at the front of the room talking. I feel like a teacher. Would never thought that would have happened. We obviously have tons of flexibility with this new platform. 6 years ago when we built the website, it was sort of like, here it is, it's going to be this way for a while. You can change some commas and some text here and there, but not a lot. So we have the ability to build all kinds of content, job seeker tips, kind of market research stuff that clients can share, that salespeople can share with clients. We did a little test of some content around graduation in May. We did a graduation campaign, and Taylor and Allie put together some job seeker tips for recent college grads. And it's funny, our campaign wasn't super successful even when we were promoting the content, but just in the last 3 weeks, because of the organic search stuff that we were talking about earlier, in the last 3 weeks, those pages have been top 5 and top 10 on our website, just based on, hopefully, content. So this website will give us much more flexibility to all kinds of stuff for that. So, of course, you're wondering what's the timeline and what's next. They just transferred this over to a live working website in the last 24 hours, so working out some kinks with that. But look for an email from us for the whole company early next week, hopefully Monday. We want you guys to kind of spend some time on it, poke around, share ideas. We are going to sit down once a quarter and talk about what's next for the website. We really want to think about this. We kind of want to think about this like we're a tech startup. Every once in a while you'll get an update on your phone and be like, Chase just added this new feature on the app. Do you want to download the update? We want to think about our website like that. So once a quarter, we'll add some new content or add a new piece of functionality. A lot of it we can do in-house. Some of it we'll have to rely on our partners. But we're definitely open to content ideas and feedback. So Monday, look for a email from us with a link that you guys can go check this out yourself and kind of shoot some holes through it and let us know what else you'd like to see, what you love about it, what you don't love so much about it. And we will be in touch with not only internally with communication, but obviously it's going to be a little bit different for associates and clients when they're logging time and things like that. Nothing changes on the back end for right now, but where they will click to log in and stuff like that will change. And we know you guys get questions about that. So before we do roll it out and launch it, we want to make sure that everybody has all the information they need on all of that. So excited to share that with you.
Quick community workforce program update. We are excited about a new event that we've been working on in conjunction with the Workforce Development Board of Central Ohio and the Columbus Chamber. This will be a half-day event that we're hosting here at our office on Friday, September 20th. It will be all about attraction, acquisition, and retention of the emerging workforce and the experienced workforce. So we'll have 2 panel discussions. One discussion will be focused on the experienced workforce, and that's we'll hear from employers who, instead of laying off and hiring new staff to meet the business needs, they're actually partnering with educational partners, universities and colleges to retrain, re-educate, and retool their existing workforce. So that will be one discussion. The other one will be around the emerging workforce, and that's primarily they're focused on high school students and college students. So we'll hear from employers who are really engaging these students to better prepare them to enter the workforce, what kinds of things they're doing so that their skill sets really align with the needs of the market. And then we have a keynote speaker, President of Columbus State Community College, David Harrison, will be here. So Matt's worked hard to align to get David to do the keynote, and then we have a great lineup. The panelists are HR execs from AEP, Ohio Health, Nationwide, Huntington, and Worthington Industries. And then we've also included education as part of the conversation. So we'll have educational leaders from Franklin University, Southwestern City Schools, and Hilliard City Schools. This will be a great event to position us as the employment experts that we are. And we hope that the attendees will be HR execs from a lot of our targets and clients, as well as business owners. So more information to come on that. And then transitioning to excellent experiences for our job seekers. Wanted to congratulate Lindsay Taylor for receiving the excellent quarterly bonus for Q2. Lindsay received 71, I believe, 71 of her job seekers responded to the survey, and she received a 92% excellent rating on the first impression experience. And then just an update on mid-year survey results. One of our goals this year is to achieve at least a 90% excellent blended rating across all 3 of our job seeker surveys. That's the experience survey that everyone receives when they visit one of our branches. The working associate survey is sent approximately 1 to 2 weeks after associates start an assignment. And then the exit survey is sent to everyone that is ended or leaves an assignment. So in Q1, I think we averaged 72% blended average for excellent rating. Q2 we jumped to 80%, so we're excited that we're trending, and I'm sure the second half of the year we'll be delivering so many excellent experiences that we'll hit our goal of 90%.
And before we sit down, very exciting, big shout out to Allie Weaver. The Standout is completely redesigned. It looks like a magazine. It's thicker, it has more content, all kinds of good stuff. The reason I bring that up now, the mid-year survey update is in here. All the stuff we talked about, the website's in here. Tons of pictures from the memorial, but this is for sure the biggest and best issue of the Sendout. So make sure to spend some time with that and tell Allie how great it looks.
One of the ways that we provide excellent experiences for our colleagues is through our different education programs. Before Becky Fromke updates us on what's going on in that world, let's take a look at what you're saying about crucial conversations.
Of course, it helps people have tough conversations. When opinions differ, stakes are high and emotions are high.
Started this class when I was with Elbrands, and I basically mentioned how much it had helped me and would love to have a refresher here with Dawson, especially because we're in a different kind of setting.
I think that we all have multiple crucial conversations every single day.
This coursework over 2 half days helps leaders figure out and frame how do they want to approach the conversation and what are some ways to build safety so that it's safe for other people to share their opinions and create a safe environment for them to share their own.
This training was really interactive. She had us communicating with each other in hypothetical situations.
The second time taking crucial conversations, I felt was a great refresher. Every day we are put in very serious situations, and how to better approach those situations. I now have the tools I need to do that.
Just the verbiage and the language and the tone in which I speak to my job seekers, I think it will help me get my point across in a more respectful way.
It helps people move to resolution quicker, and that they don't waste a lot of time in the conversation. They figure out what the real issue is quicker, and they get to resolution. So everyone can get back to work.
Or Becky Fromke's will get in touch with you, as I continue to do. Thank you to Ryan and Taylor for making all of my Let's Make This into a video every single time dreams come true. So, and also keeping me on track for not making everything into a video. But that was awesome. Thank you. So I do hope that everybody has been enjoying Crucial Conversations so far. I'm not going to talk too much about it because we're not through it yet. To that point, we do still have 2 sessions coming up in August, and this will likely wrap up what we have for the year available. August 1st and August 8th will be held at IGS Energy, and thank you also to everybody that's helped us get these great locations. And then August 15th will be the full day for you guys to go to, and that will be at the new administrative campus at Ohio Health, which is beautiful if you haven't seen it, and there's a Starbucks there. And so if you really want that marathon course for 8 straight hours with your colleagues, you go ahead and sign up for August 15th. Also in the education, we have an upcoming class next week with our very own Stephanie King, aka Miss Hawaii. And she'll be teaching us a lot more about LinkedIn. And if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, you can come to this class. She'll teach you about that. If you are a LinkedIn power user, you're still going to learn some tips and tricks to become even better. So that is coming up next week. So want to move on to one of my favorite topics, which is company goals. Hopefully you guys have been paying attention in this meeting or the ones that have come before this. Because I want to ask 4 volunteers to volunteer to participate, and what I'm looking for is each one of you to name one of our company goals. So not all at one time, but if you feel confident that you can do this, I have a $10 gift card to Starbucks for my participants. Anyone? I mean, just anyone. I will give myself one if I can start. No, I'm just kidding. Catherine, tell me about that.
Provide excellent experiences for job seekers, clients.
No, I just need one. Oh, just one.
You're not getting all of these.
Okay, great. And Catherine, in your role, how can you do that?
Just providing an exceptional experience, training people how to provide for job seekers.
Okay, cool. See how easy that was, guys? Who wants coffee? Who's next? Okay.
Referrals.
Okay. What does that fall in?
Don't give it to her yet. Make her
Well,
No, I'm not.
elaborate.
Which goal does this help us?
Category will that be on?
Creating, will that be for colleagues and job seekers?
We'll take that, job seeker. Sure. Yes, thank you. Okay, 2 more.
Increase participation in community workforce fit.
Okay, great. Nance, how do you do that in your role?
Increase the participation.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that.
Sally, this is to Sally for one of her.
One left, guys. One left, and they pay our bills.
Audrey
So, anyone?
She's over there.
Oh, Allie's my client. Great. Allie, how do you do that in your role?
Creating excellent experiences.
Thanks, all. Well, it sounds like we need a little help on this subject, so we'll move on and talk about these goals and here's the answers, by the way, where we are. So I want to celebrate, obviously, some of the great things that we're doing and then talk about some key opportunities that we have to continue to work on that we can meet our goals. So starting off with our job seekers. So as we know right now, the job market is so thin, and in terms of finding candidates out of the candidate pool, if you will, I'm loving the term of, job seeker. Job seeker puddle is kind of where we're at. So it's super important that we're making a really great first impression, because honestly, most of the times that's all we have is one chance to make that first impression. And as Felicia already talked to us about, the goal of this year was to reach an 80% experience rating for our job seekers. And when we talked last time, we were at 72, and we have already raised that this quarter. So congrats to all of that. I really appreciate everybody that's taking the time and making the commitment to excellent experiences for our job seekers in your everyday interactions. An area of opportunity that we have is around referrals. So this year, formally as one of our goals, we had landed on the concept that we wanted to bring about 10% of new and unique job seekers into our pool through referrals. And we have been working towards that. Right now we're around 5%, so we have a little work to do.
The reason that we think this is so important is because the job seekers that we're working with now have an immediate testimonial to the work that we're doing, and it's actually the most cost-effective way to find our job seekers, and actually it's usually the best way. So we understand and recognize that it's so hard because everyone's getting jobs so quickly, but we are still committed to the belief that this is the most effective way. While this is not a formal goal of ours, I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about referrals in the sense of a brand ambassador. So every single one of you in the room are obligated to be a brand ambassador of Dawson, and hopefully you're excited about that, so not so much an obligation, but something that you do just naturally talk about. And I wanted to bring that up because let me ask you guys a couple of questions. So raise your hand if you're somebody who drinks coffee, goes to a hair salon, eats food. Okay, good. So at some point you should have raised your hand. And two reasons I bring this up is because one, if you do any of those things, that means that you've interacted with somebody who's providing you a service, and they are hopefully providing a really good and memorable experience. And in that situation, you can immediately become a brand ambassador and talk about Dawson, or you can get super aggressive and just recruit them out of their job and bring them either here or for one of our clients. That's if they made you feel good. The other reason I brought it up is because in all of those situations, if you had a bad experience, chances are you were waiting. And what happens when you're in a waiting room or you're standing in line and you're not getting the service that you want? You typically start conversations with other people, and what better time than to practice your Dawson elevator speech, right? Isn't that what you guys do when you're mad about being in a long line? No? Okay. So earlier this week, I actually attended an event, and there was about 12 business leaders in the room, and the question was, what is your name? What company do you work for? What do you do? And everybody did what we all do. We say, hi, my name is Becky, and I work for a company, and this is what we do, and this is how we do it. Okay, so that's very traditional, and that is literally how everybody in the room answered the question. What I would charge each one of us to do as brand ambassadors is to change that answer a little bit to have a much more impact on the person that you're talking to. And you can tell them more about why Dawson does what we do and who we are actually serving the audience, because that makes an immediate connection and people can truly understand that more. If you want to take that to the next level, I would actually encourage you to do that with your actual role at Dawson, because you are truly going to have that passion behind your introduction. So speaking of brand ambassadors, I want to talk a little bit about our goals around clients and the excellent experiences we are creating this year. So something that you might have heard, a little buzzword that you might have heard in the last few months, is something called the sales grid. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what the sales grid is, because you will be hearing about this a lot more, seeing it more, and hopefully you'll be helping us reach our goals around the sales grid. So the sales grid is something that we've been talking about in terms of goals we set around reaching 100 clients that we determined were either our partnership clients or prospective partners. And on that grid includes our 100 clients, but then it includes 10 areas of opportunities where we could build the relationships with our clients. 5 of which are our traditional staffing services in terms of our creative, accounting and finance office, you guys know those. The other 5 being our MSP, our workforce programming, in-person meetings, because we know that when we meet with people, they love us and like us and will never leave us. Our NPS rating, so that's the surveys we're asking, hey, how are we doing? And then events, because we know how to throw a good event. So if you take our 100 clients in these 10 areas of opportunities, we have 1,000 boxes to check. So personal note, when I started in this job in operations, Jeff said to me, okay, there's going to be one thing that you're super frustrated about in this role, and you won't be able to check any boxes. So joke's on you, Jeff, because this grid was your idea. I masterminded this backwards. No, I'm kidding. I am super excited that we have something to focus on, because 1,000 sounds like a lot, but it's something that you guys can all help us with. So I'm really proud to say that we've made huge and significant progress with certain clients like L Brands and Ohio Health, who are huge examples of where we are almost always operating in about all of those boxes, and that's the goal for the other, the other clients on the grid. The opportunity we have is to continue knocking out each box on that grid, and that could look something like adding a new division, inviting a client. I love the idea of inviting a client to something like our August 1st Clippers game. Even if they can't come, you have a reason to call them and talk to them and tell them about what we have going on. Another way you can help us move forward is in workforce programming, which I want to talk a little bit about next. So, communities, creating excellent experience for communities. We've done an amazing job this year bringing awareness and education to our middle and high school communities. I really appreciate, and I know the workforce team does too, everybody's effort in making that happen. Another opportunity that we have right now, though, is highlighting and educating our client engagement opportunities, and that's specific to the job seekers that are available now, that we can actually work with them and help them get into their workforce. So that would be an opportunity for us to work on there. All right, last but not least, finally, my favorite topic ever is our colleagues. And we obviously have been doing a lot with Crucial Conversations. I am personally very appreciative of everybody's participation and feedback with that. Again, we'll talk more about that later in the year once we're all through it. We also tried something new this year with the Brene Brown Bag Lunch and got a lot of great response and key takeaways. I think people are still talking about that, so that's awesome. The reason I wanted to celebrate colleague development and these two specific things is because both of these ideas were born out of feedback that you guys gave us, that you wanted from either personally experiencing them or having it be a part of your own development. So please make sure that if you are experiencing something you think you want others to experience, bring it to our attention. On the other hand, I think engagement score is definitely an opportunity we want to continue working on. So this year we set a goal of an 80% engagement across 5 different areas, which includes communication, colleague events, education, wellness, and champions. So as you guys will remember, at the Dawson annual meeting earlier this year, we had an event called the Cookie Connection. I think it was called Cookie Conversation. Anyway, the goal of that event was actually to help create an aligned mission. But actually what happened in that event was we had a lot of colleagues who don't typically work together, got a chance for, 45 minutes or so to sit and get to know each other. And while the goal was a mission statement, we didn't quite get there the way we thought we did, but we're going to. But that that connection was truly what came out of that. So this is a huge thing for us because we know that people that are more engaged are happier, are more productive, and spend a lot of time together. So we want to make sure that you guys are happy. I am a happy camper today, if you can't tell. So what we're asking you to do is to just show up. That's it. We do a lot of work to help put these things and make them available. We just want you to show up and be a part of these things. So speaking of showing up, we have some colleagues who have been recognized by their peers as showing up in a very Dawson way. So we're going to hear about those right now. Do I have to now it one more time? Back and forward. Oh, okay. Ryan trusted me with this thing, but I don't actually know how to do it.
Ruining all this, Brian. This was executed flawlessly in my head, I swear.
First time with the clicker. Actually, second.
Hey, Katie Medini, Emily Marshall, and Mary Moore. I was out for 2 entire weeks, and not once did I have to worry about any of my accounts. Katie, Mary, and Emily really took care of everything, and I feel so grateful to have such a good team to work with. Dawson is extremely lucky to have people that really help each other out. You guys are good to the core. Thank you.
Hey Louisa and Melina, just wanted to say thank you so much for opening the Reynoldsburg office to hold orientation and fill an L Brands class on the 4th of July. That was an awesome thing to do, always going above and beyond. We really appreciate it.
Hey Ellie Tribby, thanks for your passionate commitment to the MSP team. When we learned about payment issues with a couple of our vendors, you did not hesitate to provide your full attention and support to ensure payments were processed as as soon as possible.
You're simply the best. Thanks for helping maintain client relationships. Thanks, Ellie. You are good to the core.
Shit, one more time.
Alright, well, if your name is just called, or you're in the video, come on up. Allie, come on up. Very loud. Come on up. If you were in the video, or you were talked about in the video, please come on.
My lifelong dream of being the next Bob Barker.
This game is really easy, guys.
All right, so here's what happens. If you were recognized or if you wrote a good to the core card, maybe you want to start writing good to the core cards if you haven't been doing it, because you could win fabulous prizes like anything on this wheel, which just so happen to be all gift cards from brands that you guys tell us you have excellent experiences with. It's almost like there was a theme. So first let me get your name and where you're from. This is Allie Tribby. Felicia laughs every time that she hears her married name. Go ahead and take a spin and see what you win. Big money, no whammies. $20 to Vivi.
If you get a blank one, it's a wild card. Just choose your own adventure.
All right, who's next? Hi, can you tell me your name and where you're from?
Katie Ray Matheny, and I'm in Hilliard, Ohio.
All right, take a spin, Katie Ray Matheny. She wants Kroger. What are you going to buy at Kroger?
Beer.
Providing excellent experiences for everyone. All right, and up next we have. All right, Robin, take your step up. Big money, no whammies, no whammies. Mixing all of the game shows here. $20 to Aladdin. Hola, hola. ¿Cómo estás? See, it was coming to me, I swear.
Luisa Molina, I am from the Caribbean, and not everybody's nice, okay?
And now it just became an educational session. Go ahead and spin. What are you hoping for? Oh, you're going to Bibi Bop too. And next we have. All right, go ahead and take a spin. I was gonna have like funny questions and all that stuff. I totally forgot about that part. Robin Landons. Oh, look, you and Robin go to lunch together. All right. Oh shit! Next we have Mary Noel. Do that again. What are you hoping to get?
Maybe more travel.
That is what she needs. You need another vacation. Step on up. Jamie would be very happy though.
Oh, I know.
All right. Look, you're going to lunch with Robin and Bridget. And last but not least, your name and where are you from?
The other Mary Moore?
The other Mary Moore. From Hilliard. Go ahead and give it.
I'm hoping to get travel.
Hoping to get travel as well, so she can travel with. Wait, no one else won that. Never mind. Oh, Katie Matheny. You and Katie can go on a trip together, or you can go to Bibi Bop with Allie.
Even though we want you guys to be present to win, Emily had a baby, so we think that's probably okay. So let's spend yes.
Oh yeah. You just wanted to spin the wheel.
Yep. Okay.
Raising the collar. All right. So keep doing good to the core cards because it's more than just good feelings. It's great prizes too. I made that up on the fly, promise.
All right, let's have another round of applause for all of our good We have lots lots of applause on deck with all the weddings and the baby boom. There's something in the water here at Dawson with lots of babies. We went to celebrate all of these colleagues who've had lots of excitement over the last few months. Before we get to that, if you missed it a few weeks ago, Phil Freeman celebrated his 75th birthday. Happy belated birthday, Phil. Thanks for having a birthday so we can enjoy all that delicious food. Speaking of birthdays, second quarter there was a baby boom. Lauren Reese welcomed Hudson Alexander Reese, born May 22nd. Ashley Palmer welcomed Remy Monroe Palmer, born June 5th. Emily Costanzo welcomed Vivian Grace Costanzo, born July 1st. And Emily Marshall welcomed Palmer Lane Marshall, born July 8th. And of course, David's new baby, David DiCaprio, welcomed on July 1st. Where is he? Let's also celebrate, she's so cute, the following weddings. Lurby was married on February 19th. Congratulations. Allie was married on May 18th. Lori Radaloff married June 29th. And finally, most recently, Katie Wiseman was married on July 6th. Congratulations. Finally, we would also like to recognize a community champion we have in the audience. Robin Hungerford is riding in her 11th Pelotonia to raise money for cancer research at the James. We have a special message for her.
Hey, I'm Doug Ullman at Pelotonia, and I just wanted to offer our sincerest congratulations to Robin for her tremendous recognition. You know, you are one of only 201 individuals who have participated in all 11 Pelotonias. And during the course of those 11 years, you've raised over $52,000, and soon you will cross the 1,000 miles ridden mark. So on behalf of everybody at Pelotonia and the entire community, and most especially on behalf of those whom we're serving through the research you're enabling, thank you, thank you, thank you, and congratulations.
This year of $2,600, so if you would like to donate to her ride, please visit pelotonia.org. Okay, lots of other community champions in the audience today too. To hear about them and how you can participate in upcoming volunteer events, here is Katie Matheny.
Hi, first we want to recognize 20 Dawson colleagues who have volunteered over 20 hours in 2019. Earning volunteer time off before a holiday. If your name's on the screen, please stand up. As a company, we pledged to volunteer 2,000 hours in 2019. As of the end of June, we have collectively volunteered 1,100 hours towards our goal, which is at 57% right now. I have full confidence that we're easily going to exceed that goal and look forward to setting the bar even higher for 2020. So thanks to everyone for their continued volunteerism. As you know, we send out volunteer opportunities monthly in the send out email. And you can also find links to sign up for all of these events on the Dawson Colleague dashboard at daretobedawson.com. Current opportunities are currently listed on the screen up here. This also includes our Dawson Blood Drive, which is happening here at the home office on Thursday, August 29th. We would like to highlight a few unique opportunities that are a great way not only to give back to the community, but also to support our clients and the charities that they are passionate about in the community. Dawson clients, IGS Energy and Nationwide Children's Hospital are partnering for the second annual Columbus Duck Race. This event takes place on the Scioto Mile on Friday, August 16th and Saturday, August 17th. Proceeds from this event benefit the Research Institute at Nationwide Children's Hospital, which focuses on discovery of improved and innovative treatments for the serious childhood illnesses. I'm going to be volunteering on Friday from 3 to 7 p.m. here, and would love for any colleagues who would like to and are available to join me. Other opportunities include with assisting with the kids' activities and also ticket sales. On Friday, September 6th, From 7 to 10:30 p.m. is the A and F Challenge, which is Abercrombie & Fitch's annual camp-inspired music festival held at A&F campus. This event benefits the Serious Fun Children's Network, providing summer camps for kids with cancer. As a volunteer, you get a free ticket to the concert and events held beforehand. Ryan has promised that if we're able to get 10 or more volunteers, he is going to volunteer JR services and the Dawson bus for us all to take a field trip. Both Becky Fromkees and Ryan Beeman participated in this event last year, so if you have any questions, they'd love to talk to you about their past experience. Finally, on Sunday, October 20th, Dawson will sponsor a water stop at the Columbus Marathon to benefit Nationwide Children's Hospital. We need a total of 20 volunteers to participate at the Dawson Water Stop, which is going to be held at the 6.5-mile marker right in front of Franklin Park Conservatory. I'm not a morning bird, but I'm already signed up for the 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. shift and would love for 19 or more colleagues to join me. So I hope to see you there. I am leading this event, so if you have any questions, please come see me on how to sign up. Again, you can look for these opportunities in the upcoming send-out emails or at daretodawson.com, or talk to any of your community champion committee members.
Just have one quick wellness update. We do have a book club, and you guys voted. Really excited to announce our book club for Q3 is Becoming by Michelle Obama. So if you would like to join, we're going to have a book club meeting in either September or October, but more details will come with that. So before Allie and Taylor join us to get ready for field day, Jeff Miller has a couple of promotions to announce.
All right, always excited. Announce a few promotions. Samantha Davis. Samantha's accepted the role of manager in the MSP division for a very key Premier Health account. Samantha joined us back in 2009 and has been a valuable contributor every step of the way. She's had a lot of steps over the last decade, including many stops in different states and different roles, but it's really exciting to see her really, keep that footing, and so excited for her next step that she is taking with us, and proud of you. Congrats, and thank you for great work. The next one is Katie Wiseman, who has been with us one short year and has really had an amazing impact over the time. It's always great, from my vantage point, when I see groups really working well together. She joined, her group down in Grove City a year ago, like I said, and they've, really been clicking, and it's just a great environment. We're excited for Katie since transitioning to recruiter in the Grove City role, and definitely eager. So congrats on that. Big promo and wedding in the same house. Thank you.
We're so excited for a full day of activities with our field day adventure, and we're also excited to talk about the Doskers theme. Here to close out the meeting are our camp counselors, Allie Weaver and Taylor Alexander.
All right, almost done, guys. As you know, for the Doskers, in 2018, we took a trip to our very own derby at Decapua Downs.
And last year we partied on Bourbon Street.
But for this year's Doskers ceremony, get ready to get all gussied up.
And drop it like F. Scott.
Because we're growing into the 20s with a speakeasy soiree. Alright, so get excited, because a party without a drink is just another beer. And now it's time to pick teams for field day. So if you're not participating in field day, we're going to dismiss you. And if you are participating, just stay here and we're going to count off teams.
And if you are leaving for lunch, remember to grab a copy at the sendout. They're outside on the table. And if you are coming to Clippers Family Night, see Taylor Whitman. She has all the tickets. So if you are playing, if you all could just like kind of merge in the center, and if team captains would
Everyone
come
who's not
up to the
participating can go eat some lunch. If you are participating, yeah, we're gonna count on you.
Where's Robin?
Me too, but
Okay, guys, we're gonna start counting off. Just start with 1 to 4. 1 to 4.
We're trying to find out right now. We were trying
Remember your number.
We're counting 1 to 4, so you're 3.
Count off to get your team. You playing?
If you're playing.
Count off if you're playing. 1. Thank you. 2. 3. 4.
1, 2,
3,
4.
1,
Thanks.
2,
3.
4.
1. 2. 3.
1,
Oh, 4 to 1.
2. 3. Okay.
4,
1.
2, 3.
4. 1. 2. 3. 4. 1. 2. 3.
4. Is everybody?
1. I didn't get there.
2.
Okay.
3. Anyone else? Okay, does everybody have a number?
Amber's missing, so she'll be 4.
Okay, so
Okay.
if you're
Okay, if you're a 1,
go see Becky.
Reggie, you're a 1.
So if you're a 1, go see Becky. If you're a 2,